All right, ladies and gentlemen. So in today's video, we are going to be talking about the video game called Winter Burrow. It's a video game that is made by Pine Creek Games, and this game would otherwise get ignored by most people. Okay, it's a pretty prototypical one of those cozy video games that would just come and go with the wind. But the reason why people are talking about this particular game is because, quite frankly, it was made with SBI. Yes, it was made with Sweet Baby Inc, and everybody knows it by now. Master TDS and other people are all currently talking about this right now. Now, you probably ask yourself, well, why is this newsworthy, right? They're working with SBI. Okay, fuck them. Let's move on. Well, it's the fact that they're trying to do damage control. It's the fact that they're trying to hide their involvement with SBI. It's almost as if they're ashamed. How far they're going to hide it? Well, we're going to dive into it. Master the TDS has a post here, and shout out to Master the TDS for doing amazing work. He says the following: confirmed. Pine Creek Games is deleting any discussion on the Winter Burrow Steam forums that mentions their work with Sweet Baby Inc. They caught it in real time. Any comment, Pine Creek Games. Now, obviously, they're not going to comment, but if you look at this video, you can see that he's refreshing it, and they're literally deleting it in real time. Now, the funny thing is that it's been found out that the people who are deleting it are not even the moderation team. The people who are deleting it are actually the developers. There's another post here from Master TDS says we now have confirmation that the banning on the Winter Burrow Steam discussion forums are being done by the developers themselves. Now, keep in mind, on the Steam forums, you have 3 different levels of moderation. Moderation number 1 can come directly from the developers. Moderation number 2 can come from moderators that are put in power by the developers, and moderation 3 is from Steam itself. All right, Steam itself, you can actually request Steam to help you moderate your forums if you are overloaded or whatever. They offer this to developers. So there are 3 different levels of moderation, and this particular one is coming from the developers themselves, which I find to be quite hilarious. Now, when we scroll down here, this says the author of the discussion was banned without reason permanently. Brimstone says they can confirm they are banning people. This was done in less than 2 hours. Ban and post taken down. Make sure to get Smash JT in this as well. You can see the screenshot here. You have been banned from the Winter Burrow Community Hub. You've been banned from the hub by a developer for your post, which says the following: just to inform players, Sweet Baby Inc. has worked on this game. They will likely ban me for posting this, but players have a right to know. Ban reason: there was no reason given, and he was banned permanently, obviously. So it's so ironic that he said they will probably ban him for it, and they banned him. It's like, bro, you're proving them right. Even here, keep in mind, it's not just on the Steam forums. Master TDS has a video showcasing that they're getting banned from the Discord servers as well for the game. Master TDS says, I was just banned from their Discord server for simply asking about the disappearing discussion threads on Steam. If you look at this video here, you can see him asking on the bottom, hey, so are you guys deleting discussions on the Steam forums? And then lo and behold, not even just a couple of seconds later, he ends up getting immediately banned. He gets kicked out of the Discord server. So they're doing damage control not only on Steam, but also on the Discord server for this particular game. It is fucking wild. And then if you scroll down, it even happened to Vera Dark. She says, happened while I was editing. Had the tab up, refreshed, and poop. You can see here, let me press play again. She looks at the page right here. She refreshes, and it's gone. And you can see her. She smirks because, well, she knows exactly what happens, right? This happened to us the other day. I forgot what topic we were covering, but it happened to us the other day where I was looking on the Steam forums, and then I refreshed, and every thread that I was looking at disappeared in real time. It is literally hardcore moderation going on right now. So they don't want people knowing, right? It's pretty obvious they don't want people knowing. So what did I do? What anybody else would do. I went over to the Steam forums. And obviously, what happens when gamers, when they try to silence gamers, that's never going to work, right? The moment you try to silence gamers, you can kiss your ass goodbye. And that's exactly what's going on here. Now, this particular screen that we're looking at right here has been up for about an hour and a half. I have not refreshed it because I have a feeling that if I refresh it, we're going to lose everything. So I wanted to look at the threads that were active because the forums are now being flooded, and rightfully so, right? It's a Streisand effect to the situation at hand. The first one is called SBI Slop Spotted. The second one, Sweet Baby Inc., worked on this game, and that's fine. That was from Master to TDS. Is this game launching as an early access title or a full release? Why a cooperation with Sweet Baby Inc.? As a non-binary, don't purchase this game. Winter Burrow, another victim of SBI. Thanks for Sweet Baby Inc. Woke and Sweet Baby Inc. slop. Sweet Baby Inc. involved. Why? Don't buy this game when it comes out or play the demo. Right? These people are destroying this game. Now, what I'm going to do is I have some of these threads open and active that we can actually read in 2 seconds. But I want to test this theory and see if by refreshing, if any of these disappear. So I'm going to refresh it right now. Wow. A lot of them disappeared. Holy crap. But there's some of them that were just posted right now. So obviously they're not going to disappear. But a lot of them disappeared. Holy shit. That's crazy. Gone. God, that's great. So we got some new ones here just now. Old Man Cad, what a legend. Old Man Cad putting a post here. Sweet Baby Inc. involved in this game. But guys, again, I want people to realize when you are out here actively trying to suppress the voices of gamers, that is never going to work. Like, you guys realize this is the biggest entertainment medium in the world. The moment you try to silence people from getting their opinion out, it is never going to work in your favor. You can threaten people all you want. You could do lawsuits all you want. At the end of the day, it's never going to work. People are going to get their voices heard. People are going to get their ideas out there. And all you could do is weather the storm. Or maybe, just maybe, be a little bit transparent and answer the questions. But the truth is they can't, right? When you work with a company like SBI, there are certain NDAs that I'm sure that are signed. There are certain contractual obligations that I'm sure are signed where they cannot speak ill or they cannot speak openly about the transaction that happened between the company. So I'm sure there's a reason why they can't speak out. But at the very least, you can make a PR statement that may or may not do anything, but you being silent and then mass banning people, mass deleting people, that's never going to be the answer. That's almost always going to result in failure, right? So again, I don't understand why they do this, but we all know why at the end of the day that they do. And it's just because it's all about protecting the image of the company and protecting and stopping people from getting information, stopping normies from getting information about this game that may or may not be interested in it. So with all that being said, let's see what Old Man Cat has to say. Is Sweet Baby Inc. involved with this game? I've heard some rumblings that Sweet Baby Inc. was involved with the development of this game. They were part of South at Midnight, and that didn't go well. Can you confirm this before I wishlist the game? Raven Rainfall says, I will not buy or support a Sweet Baby Stink game. Dark Exile says, he must have just posted right now because it's awaiting analysis. So automated content check system. Yeah, I'm sure that's not going to go over well. Raven Rainfall posted just now, I will not buy or support a Sweet Baby Inc. game. Let's look at this one. Why a cooperation with Sweet Baby Inc.? I want to ask you with just one question, developers. Why are you cooperating with a company that wants its gamers gone? I see potential in your work and I really like your ambition, but deleting posts, threads, and comments to hide the truth won't help you. Sure, you will sell the game to people, but you could have had more. Was that so necessary? Is an agenda so important to you than just making a game for people to have fun with? People will remember this and they will remember you. Those who push their agenda won't remember you. They will go to their next goal to destroy it. And before you delete this thread, at least have the guts to answer my question. This is a really good post because it's true. It's true. The people who shill for stuff like SBI, they're just going to move on to the next thing, right? The moment it's over, they're going to move on to the next thing. They don't care about building something with you. They don't care about turning your game into the potential next Hollow Knight or something like that. They don't care. They just want to utilize you for your agenda and move on. That's basically it, right? And then they'll try to gaslight you and other people and say, well, these grifters, these haters, they were never going to play this game anyway. How do you know that? Because I've played multiple games of SBI and I've reviewed multiple of them, and I was very fair to them. And I talked about the good, the bad, and the ugly with the game. And I kept all the politics out of the review like you're supposed to do. I know these other gaming journalists, they tend to struggle with that, but I kept all the politics out of the review and I only talked about the good, the bad, the ugly, and people still hate you for it anyway, right? But the funny thing is, at least we bought it. Versus the people out here who are pretending to be on your side, but they're so busy asking you for a free review code, they never want to give you the money for the game. It almost makes you wonder, why are you even bothering? Why are you giving the free review codes to the people who don't actually support you? because you're retarded. That's really what it is. But in any case, let's go to the next one really quick. Actually, before we go to the next one, let's refresh. Is this gone? It's not gone. Wow, lucky you. Jay Viper says Sweet Baby Inc. involved. Why? I was wondering what the extent of Sweet Baby Inc.'s involvement was in this game. I understand they worked on it. Is this true? If not, ignore or just, meet, whatever. Let me know. I don't understand what they would bring to the table given all the controversy and game failures in their wake, tied directly to their inability to create functional, interesting storylines. Thanks. Please, no ban. Well, here's one thing I will say. When it comes to game development, right? Unfortunately, game development takes a long time. So the sad truth is that a lot of these video games that are involved with SPI, they were involved with SPI prior to the backlash, right? So, for example, Tales of Kanzera Zhao was involved with SPI prior to the backlash, but the backlash hit, he didn't say anything, and his game got cooked for it. It is what it is, right? Like, at least you need to make a statement. You need to say something, right? If you see a company that you're working with suffering massive amounts of backlash, you need to say something, right? You need to be clear and transparent with people and say, hey, we have a contract with them prior to the situation at hand. After this game launches, we will potentially look at our future relationship with them going on in the future. Whatever. Just say something. Don't be quiet and then just go mass deleting people and mass banning people, because that's fucking stupid, right? That's never gonna work. Nice knowing you, soldier. Everybody's expecting Jay Viper to get banned. You will get your proof in a minute when you get permabanned. Don't worry. I love that. So again, in any case, ladies and gentlemen, this is a pretty serious situation, and it's sad, man, because these are the kind of games that are one of those slow hitting games, right, where people end up trying it out. I think the art style looks really cool personally. I know it's not for everybody, but I like this almost like children's book kind of cartoon style where you're almost like playing through a book. I think that's really fucking cool, and it might have been something that I could have experienced in the future, when I have some downtime and wanted to fuck around with, but a little bit too cozy for me. But still, you never know. And at this point, though, I think a lot of people have their decisions made for them. That's really what it is. People have when you make the decision for the person, you just lost a sale for no reason. And I don't understand why you're even doing that, right? This is the only industry where they're okay with losing money. This is the only industry where they're okay with having less sales. It's the only fucking industry that I know of where developers are actively saying that they want less sales, that they want their company to perform less, and then have the audacity to complain about layoffs, and then have the ultra audacity to try to demand a fucking union to protect their jobs. This is the only industry that I see people say, I'm okay with less sales as long as I'm not being supported by who I think are Nazis. And then they get less sales, their jobs end up they get fired, and then they complain on their LinkedIns and their social medias, and they have hashtag ready to work for like 6 months while they leech unemployment and severance. It's like, you guys are, oh my God, you're so stupid. It's the only industry, I swear to God, man, that they do this stuff. But anyway, you guys let me know in the comments down below. What do you think about this entire situation with this particular video game? Were you thinking about buying this game? Again, this is not something I would normally buy, but maybe I have viewers that would buy something like this. So were you thinking about buying this and now you're checking out? Let me know in the comments down below. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, consider hitting that like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys on the next one.